Hello and welcome to this video regarding the Bound to College upcoming patch 0.3 Afterparty. It has been a while, to be honest, since the last public release, I think 3 months by now. So I would like to thank everybody for his patience. It took me a while, but I have been busy and I'm very excited to be able to show you now what has happened in the last 3 months. And I hope you agree with me that it was worth the waiting. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. One of the new things you will notice when you start the game probably will be the new user interface. From the originally blue background, I tried to come up with something more college related. So now you have an open notebook in front of you and the dialogue will be displayed there, as well as a little post-it that will tag the name of the people talking. I think this is a nice touch and I'm very happy with this and I hope you are too. If you play the game once, and especially this chapter once, you won't get the scale of things. So you might wonder, what the hell is all the fuss about? Why did it take you so long to make this single chapter? Because if you play it once, it's obviously not much longer than all the other chapters beforehand. But the main difference again is that this contains a whole lot of different options for you to choose, and depending on your choices, the development of the story will be completely different. One of the major things you can discover is the background play right now, showing the option to give Ron either something to drink or not. So if you start with him sober in the next chapter, it's a completely different story and different options and different ways to interact with him, as well, of course, different consequences for future developments, other than if he's drunk. So this is the first and major difference, but there are many other choices you can do during this chapter, and even regarding of all your previous behavior. So what choices did you do in different situations, not only in the party situation, but since you met Ron, since you met Julian, makes it to a whole different scenario, and even it's built in some options or some paths which are only available with very specific circumstances. So if you really want to play all of the available options, you will have to give it a try and probably play the game through several times. And this is something I really want to go for with this game. So depending on your choices, you really will have a different experience, and based on that, I hope this game at the end will have a high replayability value. And this chapter especially gives you a whole lot of different options here, and I really hope you like it and appreciate it. So this is my personal mind map. I used to keep track of what options are available, what are the consequences, and just so you know, this mind map, as complicated as it might look, is only there for the afterparty. So only what's happening inside the afterparty and the variables involved into this, and what consequences and different outcomes they produce I tried to line in this mind map. So just to give you an idea what the really issue with this is. So every decision you make, of course, should have some consequences, and especially in this case, things really got out of hand, if you ask me. But I think at the end, I hope we managed to put it all together again. So no matter how your decisions are at the end, still it will make sense, at least. I hope it is. If it doesn't, please tell me, and I'll try to fix it. Another thing I would like to talk about is the Discord server and the amazing people on it, to be honest. We have now more than 1,000 members, 1,185 members at the date of the recording. And not only that, but also a lot of very active people, and the roleplay channel really took off, and it's just fun to see how many people meet at the server and just discuss not only about the game but everything in mind, and really friendships evolving there, and this is so amazing to see. And again, I would like to thank everybody who is participating in this, and I really want to invite every one of you to join me there and have fun. Maybe you do know, if not, I tell you now, I have no idea of programming at all. I started it with this RenPy, and it's luckily easy enough for someone like me to be able to, I think coding is too much to be said, but to create something that at the end can be regarded as a game. And this is what you're playing now. But the more complex it gets and the more things I want to bring into it, of course, I'm limited with my knowledge and experience in this regard. And I'm very happy that there are so many amazing people willing to support me and to help me. And for this purpose, we now have also a GitHub account. For everyone who does not know what GitHub is, which includes me mostly, so I hope I get it right, but basically this is somewhere where you can just participate part of the code or change the program, and you can test it, and if it works, you can make it part of the whole thing. So currently already we have the option, or we manage the translation files there, and in future I would like to invite every one of you who is capable of programming or want to support me in some way. Even the translators can get access to this GitHub and do their changes directly there, so that we can put it into the game immediately and test it out, and if it works we can keep it, and if it doesn't we change it, or we can just switch back. So I think this is a great way to give people who want to help the opportunity to do so by directly diving into the code. And yeah, I think I'm gonna to learn a lot of things with this as well. And again, I'm so happy and so grateful for everyone who is offering their help. And I think this could be a way for people who want to help, if they have the knowledge about it, that they can do so. We will make some kind of application form, so I don't want this to be public code. But if you apply for it, you can become part of this GitHub and help me to progress this game any further. Additionally, we have created an own channel on the Discord server, where you can see every time when something is submitted to the GitHub, it will be automatically posted there. So even if you don't have access or don't need access, you can see when we are working at the game and transmitting something to the GitHub. And I think this is also for people who don't have anything to do with the coding itself, something to see the progress of the game. And very often you don't really see any progress until I release the next part of the game. But this way I think you can keep track of what's going on, where am I working at. So there's always a headline and a little description you can see, even if you cannot open the content itself. You just have the opportunity to keep track of what's going on. There are also some other smaller changes to the gameplay itself. For example, with Nat, you now have the option to keep him in the friend zone. So before that, you only had the choice: either you are full in love with him, or you hate him, or he is gonna hate you anyways. And now you have the opportunity to have a bit more of a serene approach to him. We need to talk about translations, because I have great news. There is another language available now completely for the game, which is Russian. And at this point, thank you so much, everyone who's working at this translation every day, and especially, of course, Nukalka and Lucky Dev for the Russian translation. Not only that, but they pointed out, and Nukalka, thank you so much again, so many little and bigger errors and typos and mistakes, of which some are really, really embarrassing. And I'm very happy that these are not longer in the game. So not only did we get another complete translation, but also so much improvement for the game itself. This is so great. You can change the option for the language here in the preferences, and as you can see, not only the completely translated versions are available, but also some others on which are already is being worked on. And you can see if I change it, everything immediately changes to the according language, and if the translation has not been made yet, it will fall back to the English version. So here in Czech, that's not much done yet, but as you can see, then it's just the English version, and accordingly, if you switch to another language, you will get it displayed here. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for participating in this project. If you want to support me with translating, please get in contact, in touch with me. You can do so with the website. You can use Discord, or you can give me a direct mail or Patreon or whatever. Just say it, and we are always happy to have more translations be done. And again, thank everyone who is already participating in this. This is great. There's something else we need to talk about, and this is shocking, I know, but this game is a bit kinky. And because of that, you might not want to see everything of the nice stuff that is going to happen here. And at least I did want to give you the option so you can decide for yourself. On the other hand, I have a problem that most of the decisions you make influence the future behavior of the characters. So I could not just uncheck it like I don't want to see bandage, and after that you don't get to see anything, because this would break the story. So what I came up with is something in between. So you will get the same decision and option displayed as before, but now at the beginning with the administrator, you have the option to choose if your kings are going to be displayed or not. So what does it mean? Like here, when you say, I'm not so sure, show kings resulting from your decisions, in future, whenever you have a decision that will lead you to a certain kinky part, it will be displayed in the menu itself. So you can see there, okay, this is going to have bandage involved if I will make this decision here, and you can back out if you don't want to see this. So this way, I think we have a good compromise where you can see on the one hand what is going to happen, and on the other hand, it does not break the game mechanic. And so I hope you enjoy it. If you don't want to be spoiled this way, just choose no problem, and this additional information won't be displayed to you. Earlier in this video, I mentioned to you that this update is bigger than you might think at first glance. And to underline this a little bit, I would like to go with you through a few statistics. So bear with me, it's not gonna hurt. Okay, so this diagram shows you the amount of characters, so simple characters I typed in the coding or the explanations and whatever it is, everything I did write into the code is represented here. And as you can see, the blue part is the new added afterlife, and no matter if you take the characters itself or the lines inside of the codes, you always come to about a third of the whole program added within this with this update, and I think this is quite a lot. And even if you go a little bit further and take a look, for example, at the important parts, the images, you can see I've added 179 new images for this chapter alone, which is 32% of the whole game, and 5 new animations, which is 42%. So in the previous updates, if you were lucky, you got 1 animation. Now here are 5. And if you take a look at the images total, we have 558 images in total and 12 animations. So these numbers are already they contain the 5 animations of this new update already. So just to give you an impression why it took me so long. And apology for that. And if we take a look at the further development of the game and make a look ahead, this next few updates, I hope they will not be as big as this one, for I plan to implement some minor stuff I wanted to do all the time, and side stories and things that are hopefully not as complex as this update. So bear with me, and I think and I hope the next updates then again will not be as big and maybe come in a shorter distance, although this was also what I thought about this current update, so we will see. And I think if it gets bigger, usually it is with a good reason, and probably, hopefully, worth the time waiting. This is now only the second video I've uploaded so far, but I intend to use this more often in future. So if you're interested, don't forget to hit the subscribe and the bell, and you know the drill. Leave a like if you liked what you have seen here today, of course, and tell me in the comment what you are missing, what you expected, what you think should have been added as well, and let's talk about it. Of course, still you can get me with Discord in contact, or take a visit. We did not even talk about this today, but take a visit at the new PrideDrawing.com internet site and the website, and tell me what you like it or not, or what you're missing. And this also is still at a very early stage, so expect to some improvements at this end as well. Thank you very much for listening to me and participating in this project and supporting me and everything you did so far. And I'm really happy I've started this thing, and I hope this will go on for a long time. Thank you so much, and see you soon.